My name is Richard Selby, and in this first of two videos I will show how to set up an entry for a Highways England local grid zone into the Trimble coordinate system database. In a subsequent video I will show how to move the updated database over to Trimble Access so a Highways England local grid can be used as a coordinate system for site work. If you're watching this video, I'll assume you probably are already familiar with Highways England document GG951, which includes an appendix specifying the local grid zones and how to calculate their parameters. A project's location will determine which local grid zone is used. Each zone has an offset from Ordnance Survey, National Grid, Eastings and Northings with a projection scale factor. A project will also be assigned a height band which references an elevation scale factor. A combined scale factor is computed by multiplying together the projection and elevation scale factors. A simple equation is then used to calculate the Highways England local grid zone Eastings and Northings using the offset described by the OS origin values and the combined scale factor. In all likelihood, all projects will have a spreadsheet used to convert coordinates between Highways England local grid and OS National Grid based on these equations. GG951 includes this worked example for zone B16H3, and this same example will be used to update the Trimble coordinate system database. The Trimble coordinate system manager is the piece of software used to edit the coordinate system database. It's installed with Trimble Business Centre and can also be installed as a standalone program. So the first step is to open the coordinate system manager, which can be done from Trimble Business Centre or from the Windows Start field. The default name of the coordinate system database file is current.csd, and once the coordinate system manager is open, if you use the tools menu and select options, we can see that the default location for this file is the program data Trimble geodata folder. You'll need to use the blue Add button to add a new local site entry to the database. This is as shown. From the drop down, select New Local Site, pop in a name for the site, and from the base coordinate system list you'll need to scroll to United Kingdom Ordnance Survey and pick OSTN 15 as the system. The datum and geode model entries don't need to be edited and can be left as they are with their defaults. On the horizontal adjustment settings, we need to enter the zone origin information for the zone in the origin north and origin east fields. You can see on the field that it starts with Northings and then goes down to Eastings. So we're moving across the values from the zone information B16, zone origin Northing. This value is going to this field here, origin north, and the same for zone origin east is going to this field here. No need to enter a rotation value, but in order to obtain the coordinate shift from Ordnance Survey National Grid, reverse the sign of the origin north and east values and enter as shown into the translation north and east fields. So the origin north becomes the translation north, but with an opposing sign, and likewise for origin east to translation east. The combined scale factor is entered as a ground scaling factor into the database. So in order to calculate the value required, divide by 1, divide 1 by the combined scale factor to obtain its reciprocal, and enter this value into the scale factor field. So given the worked example, here's the combined scale factor. So we're going to divide 1 by this value here to provide a reciprocal ground scaling factor, which can go into the field here. For many projects, there will be no adjustment required to the vertical values, so the elevations will remain as Ordnance Datum Newlin as provided by OSGM 15 if using GNSS. However, if a vertical adjustment is required, then use the vertical adjustment option. So this needs to be activated. The zone origin values entered and the vertical shift required into the constant adjustment field. The slope values must be set to 0. Finally, the location settings aren't required, and all you'll need to do is tap OK to complete the updated entry for the zone. The new zone is located in the local sites group folder within the database, along with any others previously saved. So at this point, you'd press the Save button to save an updated version of the database file. An initial test has been made by applying the B16H3 zone as added to the coordinate system database to the worked example coordinate in a Trimble Business Centre project. And you can see a screen grab from the Trimble Business Centre project here showing the projected coordinate values. The test results show no difference in the resulting easting coordinate and 1mm difference in the northing value, which isn't entirely unexpected when scaling is involved in coordinate systems. However, as the local grid zones settings are primarily used with GNSS survey methods on site, then a potential millimetre difference shouldn't be of too much concern. For any assistance required with setting up a Highways England local grid zone in the database, or to request a standalone install of the Coordinate System Manager software, then please get in touch using the contact details shown.